Good evening. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is warning criminals that they'll face the full force of the law with the new Firearms Act. The amended law with increased penalties is expected to receive the stamp of approval in the Upper House tomorrow. The Prime Minister further stated that if the country is serious about fighting crime, the government has to take tough measures.
We will implement a period of amnesty. It will be left up, of course, to the Minister of National Security, who is here, and the Parliament to determine the form of the amnesty. But there will be an amnesty. Ladies and gentlemen, the JCF is not just relying on emergency powers and enhanced security measures. The JCF is transforming before our very eyes. But there are those who refuse to see it, and in all fairness, there are some members of the JCF who provide, unfortunately, a distraction to the vast majority of the members who are executing their roles and responsibilities in the highest order. And I know from what I have seen here that the good in the JCF will conquer those who don't want to see anything happen and those who have been compromised and are evil. It is the eternal struggle, but I am confident from what I have seen in the new recruits and the leadership that is emerging here in the JCF, that the JCF will be and is shaping up to be and is doing everything in its power to be the force for good.
He was speaking yesterday during a passing out parade of more than 300 police constables at the National Police College of Jamaica in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine. Prime Minister Holness defended the decision to implement a gun amnesty, saying it's in the interest of fairness and equity.
There are no freedom fighters here. There is no rebellion force here. Every Jamaican must be a law-abiding citizen. And when we make these kinds of excuses for the possession of illegal weapons, all we are doing is empowering criminals, making it harder for these young recruits who have come here today to offer their lives and who will probably have to face that little young man outside there with the gun. We cannot be ambivalent and duplicitous. If we are serious about treating with violence and if we really want to reduce murders in our societies, then we must put in place the tough measures for those who would seek to traffic, trade, possess, and use illegal firearms in our country. I ask every well-thinking Jamaican to stand with me today against those who would seek to create excuses for our young men and women to take up and use illegal firearms. There is no just reason to have an illegal firearm in this country. None.
While expressing confidence in the new recruits, Prime Minister Holness says the aim is to have another 1,300 new constabulary members installed before the end of this year.
In the last fiscal year, just over 1,260 individuals were recruited and trained. And we are on a similar trajectory for the current fiscal year. It is important for me to point out that for many years we have not had the numbers that our population and the level of challenge and threats that we face require. We have had, for some periods, high attrition in the police force. The government has implemented a deliberate strategy of increasing our numbers. And so we are expecting that this year, certainly with the numbers that we are seeing here today, that we should be able to put out another 1,300 new additions to the JCF. This will certainly help to compensate for the between 450 to 500 that may leave the ranks of the JCF.
In other news tonight, 2 men, including a popular former national cricketer, were fatally shot, and a 3-year-old baby boy and another man shot and injured on Tuesday after gunmen carried out a daring drive-by shooting at Goodwill District in St. James. Those killed have been identified as 38-year-old Vinroy Crooks, otherwise called Hornet, and 33-year-old Keneal Llewellyn. Reports coming into our news center are that at about 2:45 p.m., Crooks and Llewellyn were among a group of persons at a shop located in a section of Goodwill called Culvert. Minutes later, a grey motor car with 4 men aboard drove to the location. 3 of the men alighted from the vehicle and brandished handguns. The men then opened fire, hitting Crooks, Llewellyn, the 3-year-old child who was inside the shop with his mother, and an elderly male hotel worker. The gunmen left the scene in the waiting motor vehicle. The 4 injured victims were subsequently rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where Crooks and Llewellyn were pronounced dead, and the child and the elderly man treated. George Llewellyn, in speaking with our news team, said the government cannot solve the issue of crime, with the perpetrators acting like they are not humans.
It was a good community, man. A change up, you know. And more time people live from outside come back and kill our people inside. I'm living here about 50 years now. Yeah. Good boy to his father, good boy around the community. Give no trouble. Things like this you have to just cope with it because you cannot have done better. You understand? You can't be like others out there slaughter people for nothing. So you have to just stand your hand with it. The government can't do nothing to this, man. No wild animal them about, man. You see the young man then come grow up come on wild animal. The wild animal them, you know. No respect, no behavior. They do what they feel like to do. And gone, live with it.
Adolphus Crooks, father of the slain cricketer, told our newsroom that his son was one of the best cricketers he has ever seen.
Well, a little time I watch him in a seat, and when me really watch him, me surprised. Because me see even at content center, right? The man lick 6 boundaries straight back at one another. In lick ball, which part all no, nobody no find it. In bowl ball, you know see it broke wicked, which part me supposed to have them right now in a toilet round there so as a museum. So me the wonder you know see it. What kind of boy that you know see it? Because it must be a gift him get, enough for him moving of life. There's nothing where you can feel it, tell that boy, and him not prepare it. Him creative and talented, him is everything. As far as me know him grow along with me. He no give no trouble in certain way. He no give me back answer, you know see it, right? Have nothing at all. He just humble and going through. And it surprised me when me receipt a turnout pertaining to him and his girlfriend, because all that happened yesterday, it cost through the girl that him have. The girl do him certain things and improve it. Him find some things. And that's why him and the girl clash. Right? And that whatever happened to me, and the girl set it up. Because me sit down right there so see when the girl pass on the bike.
Turning the spotlight now on crime in Westmoreland, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says the police in the parish will not relent as they seek to combat crimes, particularly murders. Dr. Chang says the government is committed to boosting resources to help make communities safer. Included in that move is the construction of a new police station in Frome, for which ground was broken this morning.
Today, I've taken a little different note. We're doing the Westmoreland Frome Police Station today, and I think I want to be here because I want to remind and re-emphasize the fact the government's commitment to invest in security, and in particular Jamaica Constabulary Force. Public safety, good order, and corruption as macro-critical elements, as my peers would say, and we still have threat risk to the stability of our country and to achieving the kind of growth that we would like in the economy. And we are confident we can, with the appropriate investment in all areas, we can not only reverse but correct that trend and restore the kind of public order and public safety that our citizens are deserving of and not used to at one time, but a long time back. When we break ground for Frome today, it's not the only thing we're doing in terms of the infrastructure of the police. Across the island, in end planning stages, we intend pretty soon to start the divisional headquarters in Westmoreland. We will start a Western mobile facility in Montego Hills in the new financial year. We have acquired lands and we'd expect to start the divisional headquarters in Spanish Town. We are currently doing significant work on some 15 police facilities across the island. We will be completing, not only rehabilitate the microwave network, we'll be completing a microwave network to cover the entire island. And the JDF will have a coastal radar in position very soon that will assist, of course, in disrupting the transnational criminal activity that takes place through Jamaica and contributes to bringing in the firearms that is used to kill our citizens.
The new facility is to be constructed at a cost of $175 million under the Security Ministry's Project Rebuild, Overhaul and Construct, PROC, with funding from the National Housing Trust, NHT. The construction phase has already started and is expected to be completed within the next 30 months. The project will see the construction of a two-story building outfitted with living quarters, detention cells, and an administrative department. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says this station will facilitate greater engagement with the community.
This station is significant, not only for our own members, as a number of persons who spoke mentioned, and their own, just the basic, decent conditions under which you can do your work, which is what we're creating. But this is something for the community. It's a refuge for the community. It is somewhere to go to if you have any concerns, even if it's not a policing matter. The police here at Frome should accept you as a citizen and try and find a way to assist you, or just listen to you, because sometimes people turn up just for that, to resolve issues of a domestic nature before they become a crime, and also to launch a youth club from here so we ourselves can engage the young people of Frome in something positive and create positive feelings and positive attachments to the JCF going forward.
He also says the force's commitment to the community and the country is to improve and do better for their security and safety.
Within the whole of the criminal justice system, there is a willingness I think as Jamaicans together, we recognize there's a problem that we have, and collectively we can find the solutions to these problems. This is not beyond us. The fact that it has persisted for 20 years, what that tells us is whatever we've been saying and whatever we've been doing over the last 20 years, we have to do things differently. It's different things that are going to give you different outcomes. If you do the same old things, you're going to get the same outcomes. So we have to continue to do different things. And the things that we do that work, we have to continue to improve and do them better. And that's our commitment to you as, you know, the government, the taxpayers of Jamaica, our own taxes as police officers, because we're taxpayers too, are going into, sometimes that's forgotten, but we pay taxes too, and all of that goes into this facility that's here for us and here for the community. So I will leave Westmoreland today happy that we could have added something, and I look forward to coming back to open this station.
Over 103 murders have been recorded in Westmoreland since the start of the year. Continuing with the news tonight, a high Ananda alert has been activated for 11-year-old Philip Brown of Hellshire, St. Catherine, who has been missing since yesterday, September 14. Philip is of dark complexion, medium build, and is about 5 feet 4 inches tall. Reports from the Central Police coming into our news center are that at about 1:30 p.m., Philip was last seen at school wearing the Hydel uniform, a white shirt, blue pants, and a pair of black shoes. He has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Philip Brown is being asked to urgently contact the Central Village Police at 876-984-2644, Police Emergency 119, or the nearest police station. In the meantime, 40-year-old Damian Miller of Whitehall Avenue, Kingston 8, has been missing since September 11. He is of brown complexion, slim build, has braided kinky black hair, and is about 5 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the Constant Spring Police are that Miller was last seen at home at about 5:30 p.m. wearing a black and white t-shirt with black skinny jeans and a pair of black and white sneakers. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Damian Miller is being asked to contact the Constant Spring Police at 876-924-1421 or 876-924-1826, Police Emergency 119, or the nearest police station. Continuing with the news tonight, a female hotel worker died from injuries she sustained in a motor vehicle accident along the Tucker Main Road in St. James this morning. She has been identified as 21-year-old Shantavia Willocks of Kensington District, also in St. James. Reports coming into our news center are that at about 12:45 a.m., Willocks and 3 other passengers were traveling in a Toyota Fielder motor car towards Adelphi when the driver lost control of the vehicle and collided with a tractor-trailer and a Nissan Sunny motor vehicle, both parked along the roadway. Willocks' skull was crushed beyond recognition and she died on the spot, while the 3 other passengers also sustained injuries and were transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where they were treated. The driver, who escaped with minor injuries, has since been warned for prosecution. Still tonight, Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western, Robert Montague, is proposing a massive infrastructure program in the amount of $20 billion that targets communities, housing schemes, farm roads, bridges, drains, and river training. Montague said the money should be allocated from one of 3 sources annually for 5 years. He made the proposal during his contribution to the 2022-23 State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives. Montague said, quote, The sources of funding for My Solution are A portion of the unused recurrent balances from agencies, departments, or ministries. B, by reducing Ministry of Finance spending on consultants and studies for 2 years. C, by using Bank of Jamaica BOJ profits. End quote. Montague stated that the funds for the $20 billion program must be allocated to the National Works Agency and the municipal corporations. However, he said a portion of these funds must be reserved for constituencies to deal with local priorities. He further outlined that an equal minimum amount should be allocated per constituency and additional funds allocated based on parish council divisions and population size based on the voters list. And those are the stories making news. I am Shelley Hill. Do stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.